go. CrashPay.com coming at you with another 5 and 10. Have you ever been to a body shop with a restaurant and cafe all integrated into one? Formula First Collision in Windsor, Ontario. We sit down with Frank Gabato. They have over 15 OEM certifications under one roof. They repair everything imaginable you can think of, from exotic to luxury to all makes and models. I'll let Frank tell the story. Enjoy the interview.
Hi, everybody. This is John Harvey from CrashPay.com coming at you with another 5 and 10. I have with me today Frank Gabato of Formula First Collision in Windsor, Ontario. Frank, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Are you ready for your 5 and 10?
I am. Good to go.
Excellent. So why don't you get us started by giving us an introduction of yourself and your business?
I was born here in Canada. Long story short, we immigrated back to Italy. My dad couldn't find work there, came back here, started Continental Collision in 1965. I was just a young boy then, but at 13, that was my life from then on, and I knew that's what I was going to do. I wasn't the craziest about school because to me it was always cars and passion, and so I get to work with some of the nicest cars here now and so forth. So I worked with my dad's place for 40 years. And then opened my own place here in '02. I left the shop there and started my own place,
Okay.
and moved locations after a year to this new establishment in '04. And I've never looked back, and I'm doing great. I think I'm probably one of the most certified collision shops in North America.
Yes.
And my passion is to deliver something that 99% of the shops don't.
Right. I think you're on the right track, on that theme. And from my count, from what I can tell, is it 13 OEM certifications to date?
We've added Infinity last week and Volvo today. So
Wow.
and I never counted, so I have them all on my sign in front of the shop.
Yeah.
And I don't count them because there's never enough.
Right.
I said, well, I think Maserati, so we'll see where that goes.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, from 1965, you've seen a lot of change in the business, a lot of ups and downs, and, the evolution of the car and technology. But one thing we're all living through that is unprecedented is living through a pandemic and keeping your business running through this all. So can you talk a little bit about how you've adapted to this whole COVID-19 situation that we're living through in your business?
Well, fortunately, I have 3 different buildings that we can work out here. And first of all, I had to close my restaurant up front because it was non-essential. Second, we placed a lot of partitions and so forth around the areas, and bought a misting machine to disinfect vehicles, and have always been a clean shop to begin with. So we just kind of went a little further and make sure that we've covered everything that the government asked us to cover.
Yeah, you've got kind of a different format than the traditional body shop, and I wasn't underestimating when I made that initial statement in my opening remarks that you have a restaurant integrated into your front lobby, so you had to kind of segregate things and keep the essential side of your business running, which again is not. It sounds easy, but I'm sure it wasn't an easy undertaking. Did you gain any process improvements out of this in the process of adapting to the situation? Are there improvements that came out of this that you're going to keep as permanent elements of your business, would you say?
Yes, I think the photo imaging over, estimating over the internet and so forth, and getting to know the people that you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, I didn't do this before, but my 2 estimators have been off because they have family at home. They didn't want to, can't find you can't have a babysitter or nothing. So I've taken over that position this last while here, and
Right.
I think the insurance adjusters are going to appreciate my guys coming back because I'm a little easier. They're a little easier to deal with. If you listen to the Pat, it's because I love cars. And I
Right.
love when a client picks up his car and has that feeling, which I just had an hour ago with a Mini customer, how happy they are and how much they trusted me. And
Is there, just to kind of continue on the theme of the OEM piece, would you say that you being so closely aligned with the OEMs during this time has helped you, just having access to that additional source of information to manage
yes,
through such a uncertain time?
Yes, and actually we have like Tesla company that we're just recently certified with, asking us what can we do better, how can we help your customers, our mutual customers, giving us training on COVID cleanliness. So all the manufacturers, not all of them, but a majority have stepped in and tried to help out in what is needed, what they see the future in automotive
Right.
repairs. But now digitally, you can do the same thing as someone coming to your door by just
Yeah.
sending
Absolutely.
the images over.
If we could just shift gears a little bit here, what would you highlight outside of COVID? Because we all had businesses before COVID. It's only been the last 90 days that we've had to wrestle with this reality. What are some of the accomplishments, recent accomplishments that you're proud of?
I think the thing I have to be proud of most is the people that work here. The people that work here are able to understand 120 pages on how to change a B-post on a Range Rover. And I can actually explain it to you, not just tell you they read it and, go along their old way thinking, this is the way I'm going to do it because I've always done it this way. So I think our accomplishment here is having different type of technicians are in most shops. The people that you need now to work in this industry is two totally different breeds. Be schooled. You have to know your science. You have to know your geometry. You have to know all those things that I didn't like in school.
Yeah. It's almost at the level of an engineer, isn't it?
Just recently, we had a new navigator. Our technician that was working on it found that even the 5 different rivets that went into that center side, the one wouldn't penetrate all those pieces of aluminum sheet. So we had to get the engineers back involved, and they said, you're the first one in North America to find this problem with our thing. Thank you very much. And they've now changed the procedure or the rivet for that vehicle.
Wow. What a great example of a collaboration between the OEM and the aftermarket.
Exactly.
You don't hear about that a lot. That's a great example of, I think, paving the way for the future.
Yes.
What would you say, Frank, amongst your community and your customers, what do you want to be known for when people hear Formula First? What do you want what do you want them to think of?
That's where I bring in my car if I need something. It's like a specialist.
Yeah.
Do you go to your general practitioner to have open heart surgery or something? Well, some of these vehicles, we're having open heart surgery.
Frank, just to recap a few things, started in 1965 in the business. You've evolved and grown to your own brand that's well known in your community. Photo-based estimating and different processes, learning from the OEMs and collaborating with the OEMs just on best practices as well as repair procedures. And paving the way for the future and what collaboration should really look like amongst all stakeholders in this industry, and wanting to be known for a facility that does things right, does things the right way, follows the procedures, and has the customer at the center of everything they do, and doing things with integrity. So those are great things to be known for, Frank. Where can we find you online? Just a final plug.
It's formulafirstcollision.com. Check it out. You guys will be impressed.
Yeah, I was spending some time on the site myself. There's some great YouTube content on there. The site's very well put together. So thank you for joining me today, for sitting down with me. You can watch Frank's full interview on our YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe for more business owner interviews from owners just like Frank, telling their stories about their brands and their communities. Thanks again, Frank, for sitting down with me today.
Thanks for having me.